Let's publish my fastHTML based SAAS for free. In the last video, we built the first workflow of this SAAS, the quiz workflow. We ran it locally on my laptop, and now that it's running, let's go through what needs to be done before we publish it on the interwebs. And will it go live for free? First, let's tackle a bit of polishing that we left behind from the last build video. At least in my sense, it didn't look polished enough and not really professional enough. For the first, we found a bug. HTMX did not swap out all the lines of a certain page to the next. And the cause of this was that an ID was not put on the right content container. With that ID moved, HTMX swaps out what I want from it. For the second, I also missed having a background image on the welcoming page. That looks more welcoming. That one was fixed with some inline styling. And if you want to know more about inline styling, check out this video where I outline that concept. Now this welcoming background image, it looks very good on a desktop. Maybe not as good on a mobile. So that's something to keep in mind for the future. Then, to be useful, I rewrote the 3 questions we used in the build to a full 15-question quiz containing of questions from 3 categories. And that will make it more interesting to run through and giving to me. And finally, the yes and no buttons were crammed together in the presentation of the yes-no questions. So with a few spacers, that looks much better now. And with that, we have a nicer presentation and a much more professional look of the quiz workflow. And then we're ready to move on to the next challenge. Would you like to get regular inspiration for your fastHTML projects? Just sign up for this channel and you'll get it. And then, we need a service that sends emails from our code. And this is to verify that the emails that we get in actually works. And we do that by sending out a link to the result presentation page. Now, choosing an email service took a bit of time and was a bit of a fuss for me. 1, because of the price. Somehow, everyone wants to get paid. Secondly, some email services do not accept a new email domain. So after some trial and error, I ended up with SendGrid. They have a 2-month free trial that I'm currently on. So, if you want to use an email service like I do, make sure to have a domain to send those emails from at least a month old. Then you will be much better off than I was. Now, apart from that, SendGrid is using the standard Python requests library to give access to their service. Very easy and straightforward. It's just to implement. So now we have a service that can send emails from our application to every user. Let's tackle the next challenge. The next challenge is moving from local file usage to a MongoDB Atlas service in the cloud. Of course, I signed up with a free service tier on Atlas. That should keep me going until this hopefully makes some money of its own. I hope. Now this Atlas service is using the Python library PyMongo for access. Of course, there is need for some secrets, but that's easily stored the usual way. And then I just replace the file accesses with the Atlas access. And with the proper database serving this application, there's only one remaining challenge left. Let's tackle that. And now, for the final challenge, we need some hosting. And for this one, I chose Render for their ability to host Python-based applications. And they also sport an easy and slick management interface. And the fact that they have a free tier didn't really scare me away either. So, after signing up, how do we get the code up to Render? We do this by using GitHub. I push my local code up to GitHub, and after an initial setup, Render reacts on that push, clones the new code, builds an environment, and launches our web server. Now I needed to make two small changes to the code. We already had the environment variable domain URL, which we already used were running locally on my laptop. And in the Render setup, this one is also used, and it's set for 0000, which is the internal URL of this Python environment on Render. But we need to look at two more environment variables. For the first one, we have port, which in the Render case is 10,000. I used to run it at 5001 on my local laptop. And the second one is Render external hostname, and that is the URL where Render is publishing this application on the internet. And we need to know this since we are giving out links to the email that we're sending out to the result page, so that I can come back and see the results. So, we need to use three environment variables: internal and external URL, and the internal port. And with that, we actually have liftoff. The app is now live on the interwebs, and you can find it at quizsasonrender.com/quiz/drapnedata as usual. So, let's check it out live. I go to that URL, and this is the price we pay for free hosting. It takes Render about a minute to launch this Kate's pod that it's hosted inside. But hey, it's free. And after a minute, we are greeted with the welcome page, complete with background image and beautified text. Isn't this exciting? Let's press next. I just fill out this form with an email I can read and my name. Then we take the quiz of 15 questions, but I will speedrun that one for you. You will have to do that for yourself to read all the questions. And then we're at the Done page. And then it's time to check for our email. And here we have it. So I just click the link. And we're back at Render, but this time at the result page. And as we see, I got the green result for my quiz, and I am welcome to click the link below. And now As you see, this one takes me to Kit, where I have a waiting list for my starter SAAS kit. Now, of course, if I would have this starter kit ready, that is what you will see right now, a sales page for that starter kit. But it's not ready yet, we know that. But those who are interested in it for the future, you can sign up on this waiting list and be notified when it will be ready. So, any final thoughts on this publication of the application? For the first, I wish the starter kit was ready already, but no. Secondly, that background image looks wonderful on desktop, but maybe not that good on a mobile, so I need to look into that. And for the third, that email service is only free for 2 to 3 months. What will I need to do? Start paying for it or switch to another one? We'll see. And 4, the 1 minute startup time that some people will see on render. Will that make people bounce off this link? Will I have to pay for that service too? But apart from those questions, I'm happy with the outcome of this posting. We are live. So, now that we have a running app, how do the right people find it? In the next video in this series, I'll go through how I drive traffic to it. Do I dare say marketing? Feels a bit bold coming from me, but in a way it is. But for my own comfort, let's stick with driving traffic to. And do try out this quiz. The links are in the description and in pinned comments under this video. Just have some patience with the render starting it up, will you? Also, make sure to be subscribed to not miss out on any fastHTML based SAAS action. I'll be back soon with some more fastHTML-ish stuff. Until then, keep coding.